I lost my eyesight at a very early stage in my life. So I was fitted with these beautiful blue artificial eyes, and right in the front of our house at the time was a small stream where I used to play, and my mother told me that I threw these two beautiful blue artificial eyes in that little stream. Maybe because I discovered very early that they are no use to me. It doesn't help you to see or anything. But apparently playing in that stream was one of my main activities. And even today, I can spend hours just listening to water, just spending time next to a river or a stream. That's actually the most beautiful music. And then growing up, I went to a boarding school, and at the age of 14 I fell off a train where I lost my legs, and yet I can still recall, and even today, it's once walked in a busy street when I was still quite young, and a tractor came past us, and I was absolutely frightened. So she tried to calm me, and the tractor driver also got down to show me that he's in command of this machine making this noise. And so it also struck me the other day. I was sitting on a farm waiting for people to put our things in the car, and far away a tractor was working. They were doing some work at near the store, the place where they milk the cows, and the wind was sort of softly blowing, and you could hear the sound of that tractor's machine, and it has this frequency, and as your thoughts were drifting, that sound became a musical note, and it sort of teases you to do something with that frequency. So I realized that there's music almost everywhere. And fortunately, when I grew up, I took some course fixing the pianos, and to me, even today, it's so wonderful to think that you can actually take steel and copper and wood, which by itself does not really say much, but if you put that all together, you actually create one of the most beautiful musical instruments. Now that thought must be somewhere in creation. That idea of making a piano or a violin or a guitar or a mouth organ must come from somewhere. I'm totally convinced it's not a human that is so clever that he discovered, okay, I can make a guitar or a violin. That idea must be embedded in creation. And even today, if you've got access to the right electronics, you can hear that all stars and planets, as they are turning around, they're actually making a noise. So that was always, since I was a child, I realized that there's music in almost everything and everywhere. So we'll just do you a little song of which I also have forgotten half the words. Ek ken 'n ou liedjie van lewenswel en weer, van lang vergane skepe in die kellers van see. Die woorde
met a friend that we played this mouth organ. I'd never heard that sound before, as he could play it. And as I entered the gate to his room, where he was living in the Cape, I said to him, "It sounds so beautiful." So he asked me, "Would you like to play this thing?" I said, "Yes, very much so." So he said, "Take this," and use the F word and swear it wasn't fracking. He said, "Go home and you don't come back before you can play it." So Basil was said, because you can't teach actually somebody to play them out. It just stuck me more or less, and I just sat with it and I started it. Off I went. So the next time I want to do to people, it's chop, 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 never on the same. Sorry.